I think The View is trash. And I'm not talking about how it looks outside my window. Oh, nah. I'm talking about that whack TV show with Whoopi and a bunch of other people just saying a bunch of nonsense. They say a bunch of crazy things on a regular basis. And now, this is no different. Let's get straight into it, man. Let's get straight into it. They saying a lot of nastiness.
And I want to start this with this update. You know who is still at large.
He is.
Yes, he is.
He is.
Yes.
He hasn't been arrested.
No.
Like he predicted.
Well, you kind of have to weigh it with all the other stuff he said. And you figure, well, you said you won the election, you didn't win.
Good point.
You said they're coming to arrest you. They didn't arrest you.
I said that to Joy.
Yeah.
Why do we start believing him now?
Believe him.
Crazy.
He manipulated
actually
everybody. We all rose him.
Damn, people be trying to arrest him on a regular basis. The hell are you talking about? If we're talking about the same person, I think they're referring to Trump.
The occasion, the papers, everybody just went there.
So many people were excited.
He's a liar.
Yeah.
Blame it on him.
He's a liar.
When they've been trying to lock
Are you
him up.
shocked?
No, it annoys me every time.
I know.
And yes, I introduced my son to some drag queens today, so Tennessee, arrest me.
Wow.
This is called Better Than We Found It.
The levels of wokeness have reached the all-time high. Let's let that be known right now. Whether it is musicians that's trying to pander and grift to get more of an audience, or whether it's these whack, or I should say wacky, talk show hosts that come on here and just spew a bunch of nonsense, right? Without having any kind of information. How many times they wrong? How many times they said something off the wall? That was crazy. When it comes to the whole drag shows, man, I've seen some of the craziest drag shows. If you ever seen behind the scenes for a drag show, you would know why that's not a place for children. They're bringing children backstage into the dressing rooms. I've seen some of the stuff out in the open where these people are stripping and having the kids put dollars in whatever part of their wardrobe. Sometimes they have the kids get up there. Sometimes they have the kid get up there. Right? I think that's too far, right? I think that's way too far, and I think you're doing too much. I've actually had deep discussions and debates about this behind the scenes with some friends who I would say they're not woke, but they think that introducing children to this stuff extremely early is going to help decrease bullying. And I doubt that actually. It's going to switch bullying to a different way than what we knew as growing up. You ain't going to put this dress on, son? Get him. And anybody chasing you around school, like I'm telling you, man, whoever got the worst ranking on Twitter, they going to get chased around school. So yeah, I could understand you don't want kids that are different to be bullied. How about we get them into like self-defense and not into a drag queen show? I think that's crazy. Drag shows are outrageous.
When you were here in July of 2022,
Yes.
we talked about how Florida Governor DeSantis had just filed a complaint against a bar called the R House that holds drag shows. Okay?
Yeah.
8 months later, things have only
Fam, every time I see this actor, he looks so much like Tara's mom from True Blood, man. They look identical. What's her name? The same chick from the 100. In fact, I actually looked it up, and he said that he's tired of getting those comparisons. So you look like the mom from True Blood. That's crazy.
escalated. As we talk about it, it's constant aggravation with this. What do you make of the fact that we're still talking about this and that it's happening in other states too, not just Florida?
Yeah,
there's this war against trans people, which is
oh man,
people.
Oh, shut up! No. I would say some people that represent those crews actually are the ones trying to start war and attack anyone who is not. Man, this ain't like back in the day. This ain't like 50 years ago, people was wilding out, right? There might still be some people that have hate in their heart, but it's not to the degree. How did it become this crazy? Right? There's nothing for you to fight, so you just create problems and create issues, and now you're trying to force kids to go to drag shows? Like, what the hell, man? Whatever happened to Barney? I don't actually know what really happened to Barney.
People who are othered.
And
No, I'm not talking about Barney
cabaret
Stinson.
people, it's a circle of life.
Yeah.
What
You
is
know,
it?
we've
Why
all
are they doing it?
For power.
Yeah.
Everything is about power.
That's
and
crazy.
you can always trace it back to
Him saying that is wild with the way society is. You the one in power, sir. You the one in power. The only thing higher than you when it comes to who could get someone canceled faster is a black woman. She act like a black woman come on in and be like, oh, I was wronged. Everybody lose their mind. Lose their mind. You got people that's afraid to tell black women certain things at their job that are requirements because they don't want to get canceled.
the money. You say that all the time.
I better not say that.
It's follow the money, follow the power at any cost. It's very hypocritical. You know,
saying that as you sitting up there dressed like a prince from overseas, all these rings and jewelry, you got gold on your shirt. These are celebrities sitting here talking about power, fam, when they got more power than all of us, like as far as regular citizens, when it comes to being able to get stuff done.
the leading cause of death in children are
What?
guns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're guns.
Yeah.
I know it's the morning and I'm not supposed to be screaming, but they're guns.
No. When you're woke and you usually don't have an actual point, usually screaming something that's supposed to be like traumatic or dramatic actually gets you the W these days. You didn't know? You ain't see no debates. When you just a wokey, all you gotta do is just scream the charge, and then people go on and clap. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Not drag queen.
Not drag queen.
No.
Leave us alone.
Yes.
That's no one is saying that these children are going to be deleted from the video game from doing a drag show. Right? Like, so when people try to say, oh, we need to push this agenda in these schools because there's some children that might be bullied and then they might delete themselves from a video game, but then should we say the number one reason for, I'm trying to keep this clean, the number one reason is, no, I'm not going to yell that out because that would sound ridiculous as a counterpoint, right? But I am about to start saying it now just because he said it, and I'm going to make sure I add the clip of him saying this dumb stuff. But no, you're arguing different points by just bringing up emotional stuff. That's how you win. That's how you make an actual point. I mean, what's his name? Whoopi Goldberg was so impressed, she lifted her eyebrows, man. Like, you really impressed her.
And it's a distraction. It's a distraction.
This is a distraction. What you're saying
We
is
don't know what to pay. We don't know what to pay attention to. You know, our justice system is convoluted. It's hard to understand on purpose. Let's be clear about that. Yeah. It's on purpose.
It ain't just hard to understand. It's let me not even get too deep in it. The system is wild, bro. Let's just say that. The system, whether we talking gov, whether we talking the courts, it's crazy. It's just a nasty, nasty place.
You know, it was like when we were talking,
Shoot,
talking about Roe v. Wade, that the word codified came up. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
And y'all didn't do it for 50 years?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah.
You know, subpoena. If any one of us is subpoenaed, we don't go, we end up in jail,
You
right?
get a little perp walk. You get a little
What
perp
are
walk.
we talking about and what are we doing? And everybody's so scared because, if we do that, then we might have a civil war. We're already in a civil war.
No, we not. You might want to create one, but no, we not. We got to stop this. Civil war, no. No. Nah. If you're trying to use war as a metaphor, okay. Love and war, peace and war. All right, cool. Civil war, you're wild. Like, how do you say Oh, they just want us to be distracted. And then you literally say something to distract the hell out of us. Oh, don't worry about your children's safety and their well-being. No. Let's worry about something else. Let me scream about this imaginary war.
Y'all, it's a civil war of the mind. They're messing with our mind.
Oh, it's in the mind.
Already in it.
Oh, it's a civil war in your mind. Inception. Look at it. They eating this up too. I'd have looked at him dead in the windows of his soul and said, what are you talking about? Like actually explain what you're saying. Because you're not saying anything. Just a bunch of mumbo jumbo yells and the audience just eats it up and they clap it up.